All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your top 16 feature match of the Pro Play Tour Invitational here in Orlando, Florida. I'm Alex Emo, joined by Mr. Joseph Rothschild, and let's get right into it. We've got SPYRAL versus Danger Lunalight. So this is interesting. We didn't get to showcase Danger Lunalight much yesterday,
really
if at all. But I think there was like 5 of them.
There were 5 total.
Yeah, total. One of them managed to make the top 16. Interesting deck. If you're here for the pre-show, we were talking a lot about this deck, and funny enough, it's not what we thought it was, as a matter of fact. We just got the deck list. We were under the assumption that this was the variant that Noah was going to be playing, that like this Kali Yuga turbo list. This is different.
It's almost incomprehensible. The deck is playing a lot of extremely normal cards, and then the extra is a toolbox of rank 4 and link material. I just don't know how to describe it other than a deck that actually aims to play fair.
Yeah, but we're just going to get into it. We'll talk a little bit about it while the players are playing, and let's go ahead and see what these two have in store. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see what exactly Noah's up to.
What's interesting is that his list actually has 3 copies of Magician's Souls. So he's not the only person playing, even though he's not on SPYRAL, he's still playing this card. And I think this is a really interesting call. Looks like State's going first, though.
For what it's worth, you might be asking yourself, Lunalight, that doesn't have any spellcasters. What on earth are you sending for Magician's Souls? Well, worry not. Noah Bagelman is on 1 copy of Apprentice Illusion Magician.
Now, I was talking to not only Noah, but I was talking to one of my friends, actually, who came here from Las Vegas, and he was playing a list similar to this, and he told me what's so nice about the Magician's Souls is that when you have when you have Lunalight cards like your Perfume or your Serenade Dance, it's really nice when you can just dump those out of your hand, because those are usually like the unplayable hands if you don't have starters. Draw a couple cards, and guess what? All those are just graveyard cards that work.
Love to just draw Serenade Dance and then plus off of it. This deck does seem like it's lost a lot of the weaknesses that has kept it back historically.
So here we go. Michael State starting off with the SPYRAL Resort. He got the, I'm not sure if he searched the Trone. I was actually looking at the deck list here. But in any case, he normal summoned a copy of Drone, looked at the top 3 of Noah's deck and rearranged them. And now we see a reinforcement of the army for a SPYRAL SPYRAL Super Agent.
Imagine putting Tiger to the top. I mean, what on earth would the other 2 be?
Yeah, Tiger? Like, that's interesting. So we're going to go for double Helix now, and we are definitely going to call the correct type of this card.
Ooh, and
there's
Gamma.
A Gamma.
Wow, so Noah actually came
Helix
to play Gamma early and often. His deck includes a lot of material necessary to make exactly Psyframe Lord Lambda and activate the effect of Gamma under actual monsters. I mean, he came to Fiend on this deck specifically, negating this effect specifically.
Absolutely, and this is big because now SPYRAL Helix has been used for the turn. Michael has already used his normal summon. This is...
I mean, it seems really good.
Yeah, I remember Gamma was used back in SPYRAL format. I mean, it was one of like the best cards because it not only took care of the effect of double Helix, but it removed it from the field as well.
Right.
So you didn't have it as like link material. Looks like Michael State does have the big
State will
red.
have it as link material.
I mean, that's fine, but is he just going to
That's the
phase?
end of the turn. Wow. And
wow.
I mean, any people who thought that we were playing Gamma in SPYRAL format just because of lack of availability of hand traps that we now have access to, you need to rethink that stance.
Yeah, Gamma
is insane in scenarios like this.
Michael also did set a card. I wouldn't say that's that big a deal because, frankly, SPYRAL doesn't really play any real back row. I mean, Rescue's like fine, but like it's not like something that's really gonna like end the. It's not gonna like really stop you.
Chat has accidentally spoiled it. Yes, one of the cards he's playing that enables Lambda is Time Thief Redoer. It's an easy way to get it going.
Absolutely. So Noah's turn, we're gonna see a copy of Fire Formation Tenki get fired off, adding a Beast Warrior, which of course the Lunalights are. It's gonna search a copy of Kaleido Chick.
Oh, I love this card. So many things to say about Kaleido Chick, but I think the most frustrating is sends for cost.
So did Michael State just give Noah a Chick Tiger combo?
Like, what could the other 2 have possibly been? I mean, were we seeing a Jeff Leonard scenario of triple Tiger?
Possibly. Michael just taking a quick read of Kaleido Chick here. Yes, it does send for cost. It's a very bizarrely broken card.
It's a card that you think would be printed in, like, 2014.
Yeah.
You read it now and you go, I thought we were done making cards that do things like this.
Yeah. This should be game, assuming Michael doesn't have any sort of disruption. I think Michael, though, if we have Michael's list, Michael, I do know, is playing a what we're calling pure SPYRAL.
Oh, wow. While we were excited about the deck lists, chat picked up on something else. The Tiger wasn't kept on the top. Gamma shuffled the deck.
Correct. It did shuffle the deck.
Yeah,
yes,
because
when
it searches the driver.
Yes, you have to get the driver out of the deck. But Noah has it anyway,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter. But Chick Tiger combo is still good. So I see that State is on 2 copies of DD Crow, 3 Droll, and it looks like that's the only set of hand traps he's playing.
Now, for what it's worth, DD Crow isn't terrible against Lunalight.
Yeah, it's fine.
And here's danger number 1.
Yep, it looks like Nessie's going to go. Michael
American
does.
sniper.
Yeah, Michael does manage to snipe it, so we are going to just have a Nessie search here. Going to grab a Jackalope and probably just fire off again, hope for the best. And so Michael did use that back row, that call by the grave on the yellow Martin.
And here comes another one.
Yep, here comes Jackalope.
State's just like, yeah, go.
So we're going to hit this. We're going to go 2 for 2. 2 for 2
Wow.
on the dangers. Wow. Now,
This is what separates the good players from the great ones.
Jackalope does still have. Wow. Okay, here we go. We're just going for Mothman. 50-50.
Was that a non-activation
It
of
was.
Jackalope there?
Okay, so
okay,
and it was a
perfume in the graveyard.
perfume. Okay, so now we get the Mothman. We get to draw, and now we can go ahead and use that perfume because we can just discard the card that we just drew off the danger. We still also have Tiger Shenanigans that we haven't even gotten into yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to be seizing.
Uh-oh, is this... Wait, hold up. Oh,
4 Strix,
Four
makes
Strix.
sense.
I was going to say, this isn't the end of the game, right? There's no Utopia double in this list, and there's not. 4 Strix is the key to unlocking a majority of this deck's combos. With this, you get Blackwing Zephyros the Elite, and from there, you can start recurring Tiger in a way that actually matters.
Well, at this point, we know State doesn't have Droll because he would have used it immediately after Tenki, I would assume. So that's not in the equation. And I mean,
This is an all-right time to fire something like a DD Crow on the Blackwing, but looks like it's not likely to happen.
I mean, yeah, that's assuming he has it. So Noah getting another copy of Tiger here, so now we're going to just be able to continuously abuse Tiger.
Love how this works.
Try to see that other card in Noah's hand. It looks like a spell. Noah just double-checking Resort, I think confirming that it protects from targeting.
So it protects from targeting, and I believe that Double Helix can't be destroyed by battle. As long as
Correct,
Big Red
because it is
equipped.
resurrected by, or excuse me, it's equipped with Big Red, which resurrected it. So here comes the second copy of Tiger Scaled. Going to resurrect the Kaleido Chick, and it is a soft once per turn, so you're able to continuously send cards.
Sends for cost, soft once per turn. How did this card from 2014 make it?
So we're going to send another copy of Yellow Martin. Now I was looking at the deck list when he used the Call by the Grave. Did Noah already attempt to use Yellow Martin?
I don't think we've seen a Yellow Martin activation this turn.
Okay.
All right, link time.
Link off.
Are we going to see Lambda? No, it's Dreary Doll.
It's, yeah,
So Daruma Doll is important for a couple of reasons, but in this scenario, it effectively just represents an MST. It's a bit of Scrap Dragon. You can destroy a spell card on either player's side of the field. He'll probably pick his Tanky and his opponent's Big Red. Are you able to do that?
No,
or
you have to go
Resort?
for Resort specifically.
Fine,
yes, because Spiral
fine.
Resort protects all Spiral cards from being targeted.
And for what it's worth, I'm sure that Noah's fine with that.
Yep, so it looks like he's indicating he's going after the Tenki here. Just taking a moment to double-check the graveyard.
I mean, this is a card that I would not fault State for not being familiar with.
Absolutely. Daruma Doll was something I believe that Ramiro Garcia started in core. I think he was the first one to play it because that's something.
There was a short period of time it was available in Zoo format, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that was even more niche though than with Lunalight, but yeah, it was. I think Ramiro Garcia was the one who started incorporating this, and it was kind of a card that no one else was really on until he revealed his deck list after winning 2 back-to-back YCSs.
And for what it's worth, I mean, it has a lot of utility in situations like this.
Sure. And so now here we go. We've got some Zephyros Shenanigans, able to bounce back Tiger and recycle it again. We're going to get a Kaleido Chick back for the 3rd time now to use that effect. Sending, it looks like to be Emerald Bird. State just
We're
wanting to
reading
take a
Emerald
quick read of
Bird
that.
real quick. This is the C tier of Lunalights. We have now exhausted the entirety of the good ones.
Oh, excuse me. Raphael Nevin has corrected me. They played Darumidal at YCS Chicago.
Ah.
So nice to see Raphael in the chat, by the way.
And Chad is telling me that Darumidal was not legal during Zoo. I might be thinking of the ever-popular YuGiOh Pro format.
So here comes Tornado Dragon now. Tornado Dragon can just destroy the big red, which is fine. I mean,
Color me surprised. Noah's just been doing fair things.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just flexing into a toolbox of extremely powerful Link monsters and Xyz to beat SPYRAL on its own merits, not by making something like Utopia Kaiser into Kali Yuga.
All right, so Tornado's going to hit over Helix.
That's for 200 total, I believe.
Believe so. And then Tornado, or excuse me, Darumidal.
Is it 15?
Is it 15?
No, I'll look it up.
I admittedly do not know Darumidal's attack. So I will go with 15, and if it's something else, you can correct me.
Yeah.
And so
I'm not a very good authority on this card. 10 minutes ago, I thought that it existed in Zoo format.
That's fine. We'll get that corrected here. Michael State with the second big red.
15.
That is going to eat up the Tornado Dragon, and that's going to be it. Michael State's going to scoop. So Tornado Dragon coming in clutch there.
I mean, what do you even say about that game? Noah won because he opened Gamma and then made 2 spell and trap destroying monsters? Like, is that really good enough? So Delta in the board is on a whole other level. I think I'd consider it here. This is the one that negates spell cards. Obviously, most of State's deck is monster effects, and Gamma will do a lot of the heavy lifting, but there's scenarios in which you'd want to prevent something like a Resort from sticking. Droll and Lockbird, of course, is going to come in. Anti-magic arrows, what do you think that's for?
Your guess is as good as mine on that one. If Noah ends up winning this, I will definitely probably ask him. But Michael State's starting off with a Magician Souls.
That's a pretty powerful start.
And a Foolish Burial Goods. That is full combo.
Wow.
It's crazy how many like 2-card combos there are with Magician Souls specifically, and there's one of them. So unless Noah has an answer here, this could just be a full combo on State's board, and that could be what he needs to maybe pick up this game too.
Yeah. I mean, provided he's activating his effects before the battle phase. Otherwise, Noah's going to go over the top with anti-magic arrows. A true dual link strategy.
All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and make a link 2. Going to go into that barricade board blocker. We're going to use the effect of Master Plan as Chain Link 1, and we're going to chain block as Chain Link 2 with barricade board blocker.
Barricade board blocker does so much for this deck. It's a chain block. It's a way to get a copy of Rescue into the graveyard. And most importantly, it allows you to send your Resort at end step by failing to fulfill its maintenance cost and then add it back to your hand just so your opponent can't remove it themselves.
Absolutely. So we get the Quick Fix. Quick Fix is going to go ahead and search the Big Red. Big Red will then resurrect the we're going to get the drone. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to get the drone, and then we're going to go ahead and banish the Rescue, bring back the Master Plan because we already have that in grave, and then we can just continue our plays from there. We can go and grab the Assault. Assault is going to end up hitting the graveyard, and then that's how we will get the drone on the field to ensure that our double Helix's effect will resolve because we will have stacked the top 3 cards of our opponent's deck.
All right, here comes the boy.
Yep, there he is.
And we can get Quick Fix back here if we so desire.
Yep, because the double Helix is treated as a super agent, so we're going to pitch that Assault for the Quick Fix, and that's how we get the drone on the field. That also sets up our rank 1 play. Let's see if Michael is on... He is on the
Recital Starling.
He's on Recital Starling and Princess Sprite. So he's playing both of the rank 1, so he's got some options.
That's the advantage of not playing the Extravagance version. You have the ability to flex the rank 1 toolbox.
For what it's worth, though, those 2 rank 1s are particularly strong.
Their choice. Getting Recital Starling against Danger Lunalight has got to feel good.
Yeah, I mean, just securing yourself a DD Crow in addition to everything else in your hand. But then sometimes Sylvan Princess Sprite can just hit a spell, and it's just like the best feeling ever.
Oh, yeah.
You have to remember, when SPYRAL was last a very strong deck, Soul Charge was also a card. So that was like sometimes you could hit it, and it was just like, wow.
He's tucked Droll and Lock to the top of the deck. What a frustrating thing for Noah to see.
That's got to feel bad. And so here we go. We're going to be summoning a Super Agent from the deck off of this double Helix. Makes sense since you already have the Master Plan engraved, just getting more cards. Is State only on 1 Master Plan? He's on 2. Okay, so he could have possibly drawn the other one.
If you were greedy, you could play 2. But with a Magician Souls list, I think it would be foolish to play, anything less than 2.
I agree. So here comes the Appaloosa for 2. Is that a Prismatic Appaloosa?
Oh, come on, State.
Starlight Rare. Excuse me. Need to have the correct titles for these now. But
Chat was saying earlier, how deep are these players' pockets? Well, now you know.
But they're going to be even deeper after they win this 10K prize pot.
$10,000. All of these players have already won a significant amount of money.
Correct.
I would say infinitely more than any Konami event.
And so here we go. Recital Starling is going to be the rank 1 of choice. We're going to detach the quick fix because we want to bring that back one more time at the very least. Going to get that DD Crow. That should prove to be very useful against the Danger Lunalight deck, hopefully. And now, with the Big Red in hand, we're going to bring back the Master Plan, get the third and final copy of Rescue out of the deck.
Do you think we might see Utility Wire? Let's see if State's on it. He is.
He's on it? Wow.
Oh, man.
Okay, so...
No, going for the Rescue instead.
No, I mean, well, Master Plan can't search Utility Wire.
Quick
Fix
it's a gear.
Yes. Correct, yes.
So one extremely exciting little inclusion in some of these Spiral decks is the one of Spiral Gear Utility Wire. It's a bit bricky, but the deck is already a bit bricky. It's one more one of in a deck that's literally playing 14 of them. But it's just one additional disruption that's searchable over the course of the combo. So
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you play it sometimes?
Yeah, it's one of those cards. I don't know. I personally feel like it's a bit more. It's a bit win more.
It's extremely win more.
Yeah.
No, I will not argue that.
Yeah, but it's fine for what it is. It's free most of the time. We see the quick fix is grabbing the last resort here. So we have all the necessary pieces, and then if State wants to get their Utility Wire, he can. I think out of the Spiral list I've seen, I would say it's about like 50-50 on if people are on Wire or not.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're just going to go and link off both the Recital Starling, the Quick Fix. We're going to make a link 3. So I think here comes the Tri-Gate. This should be,
Oh my gosh, we're going for the board.
I think we're going for the God board, yes. So Tri-Gate is now down.
All right, so next up is going to be one of the Nightmares.
He's got the options. He's got the Rescue Engrave to get the double Helix, so he's not going to be going
One
for
more material will do it.
Yep, not going to be going for the Cerberus, it looks like, but that's fine. Just one more monster. We'll go ahead and give him what he needs for the Phoenix.
Uh-oh. He's shuffling his hand. Did he mess this up? No,
Oh,
of course
he's
not.
got the Super Agent. He's
State
fine.
is much better than that.
Yep. So there we go. Agent hits the field. That's the monsters necessary. So we're going to most likely just co-link that Phoenix onto this board. And he already has the Sleeper in hand.
Wow.
And he searched the last
Sleeper,
resort.
Last Resort, live Tri-Gate, triple Appaloosa. I mean, what could you possibly do?
Appaloosa, I think, only has 2 negates, actually. It looks like a 2. That die is a little bit difficult to read. So we're going to banish 3.
Chat says Sphere mode?
Possibly. He's not siding it, though. No.
No.
Noah's not siding Sphere
I don't think anyone in this top 16 is on Sphere mode. Maybe it's time to reconsider it looking at this board.
Thing is, though, do you arguably, well, I mean, yeah, you could, Sphere mode would clean this up pretty well. I was going to say,
with
like,
a live Tri-Gate, not even electing to put the resort back in hand, might as well keep it on board for a little bit of protection.
yeah, I think that's fine. Because especially, too, it just helps protect the Sleeper even further because now you have 2 layers that you have to get through to even get to the Sleeper.
Chat's figured it out. Dark Ruler, unfortunately, Noah is not boarding it.
So now play passes to Noah. If I will be thoroughly impressed if like he can just clear this.
Kaiju does a lot, and he is on 3 of them out of the board.
Okay. So we're going to start with the Foolish Burial Goods. We're going to see where this goes. Notable targets here would include the Perfume. You've got the Serenade Dance. We'll see what Noah opts to go for here.
Man, that hand is not looking good. I'm seeing what looks like a Perfume. We know the Droll and Lockbird. I mean, the other 3 have got to be incredible. To those of you asking decks in top 16, 9 Spiral, 2 Altergeist, and 5 one-ups?
5 one-up decks. There was a Cyber Dragon Orcus. There was a Danger Lunalight, which you're witnessing here. A Dinosaur, a Salamangreat, and a 18 Hand Trap Goki.
If that goes all the way, I mean, shouts out to that individual for reading the meta correctly.
Michael State immediately DD crowing this Lunalight Perfume.
I like it.
I think it's fine.
All right, time to get the dangers going.
So we're going to start with Mothman.
I mean, you got to consider if you're State, the discards out of the hand by way of the dangers are random. Your opponent had a dedicated target for this copy of Foolish Burial Goods. That's probably the one you want to prioritize.
Yeah, Noah gets to convert that Droll and Lock into a new card. And honestly, if I'm Noah, I'm feeling pretty good about that, considering that Droll is doing absolutely nothing for me at the moment.
While I appreciate it, I also like sending Mothman to the graveyard so we can cycle potentially a Serenade Dance or something ridiculous out of the hand.
Noah got a Tenki.
Wow, Tanky off the draw, pretty good.
Yeah, I was
Do you
gonna
think that
say.
fetches the negate?
Wow, it doesn't.
So frustratingly, Kaleidochick is extremely good versus Appaloosa. Normal summon Kaleidochick, use the effect, Appaloosa negates, and it sends for cost anyway.
Yep. So Noah's going to go ahead and normal summon that Kaleidochick. We're going to go ahead and send the, I would assume, Yellow Martin for cost here.
Would you consider sleepering on normal summon?
Just like right now?
Just gunning it right now, yeah.
I'm trying to think if that could potentially go poorly.
Reading this card again, it's so frustratingly strong.
It's difficult because it's like if Noah has like more dangers or just like it's not like the end of the turn. I think it would hurt, but
and of course, Noah with more dangers is a force to be reckoned with. He can at the very least bluff Curious, but we know that he is not in fact playing it.
Right. And so it looks like we're going to see the sleeper. Okay.
Just a little bit late. I mean,
no, this
the
is
Martin in the graveyard.
This is when you were saying where you. Let's see if what you were thinking ends up holding up rather well.
Yeah.
So sleeper is now, I don't want to say turned off. He just can't use the effect anymore.
No, I was recommending sleeper before the activation of the Kaleidochick
effect.
effect.
Before the activation. I'm sorry.
It is not an ETB.
I didn't realize that's what you were saying. But now we have Perfume. Perfume, the in-archetype monster reborn that, funny enough, isn't once per turn.
Fun. And we're going to negate that one with Trigate.
And that's going to be it.
3.
Okay, so this is what we expected.
Yeah.
I mean, Noah just trying to play it out, but just didn't go his way. And I think, to be fair, I don't think a lot can really get through that board without something, like with the assistance of Evenly Matched, with a Dark Ruler no more, with something just to be able to just kind of even out the playing field, no pun intended. Well, what's interesting about Noah's list, I just realized, he's not playing Dweller.
That's hilarious.
I
this
think that
individual is on a rank 4 strategy against a graveyard-oriented deck, not playing Dweller.
And
the stones.
we get to see Magician Souls.
All right, let's fire off the souls and send the best girl in the game to the graveyard.
I think if anyone would be seeing this, they would just be completely perplexed about what's about to happen.
You saw a little head shake out of state like, yeah, okay, sure.
It's like, that's a thing. All right, so Souls comes down.
He wants to read this card very badly.
Oh, no, he just wants to cut the deck.
No, he's played enough Dueling Book to know what the Dark Magician cards do.
And so now what's nice about this is, like what I alluded to earlier, is the fact that Noah can just go ahead and take any of these Lunalight spells and traps and just cycle them for new cards, and they just generate advantage just being in the graveyard.
And I think we see a trap in the hand. The only trap in Noah's deck is Lunalight Serenade Dance.
Which is great, because essentially that just allows him to plus.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just gets to convert it into more value. So Allure of Darkness gets fired off. Noah draws a couple more cards, banishes a Yellow Martin.
Oh, man, that discard, you draw a card, your entire deck is live now. Just incredible.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so now here we go. We got the Kaleidochick, so looking pretty strong.
That was an Allure of Darkness, by the way, into Chick Tiger. That separates the good Lunalight players from the great ones.
What I'm curious to see is what Noah ends up doing with that Souls. Like, does it just become like redundant link material, or does he have another plan for this?
Well, I think it'll likely become material for Lambda. One of the frustrating parts about Noah's deck is that not only does he have the ability to end on monster negates, he has the ability to end on Lambda as well. And if that happens, then it is almost lights out for State.
So here we go. We're going to rank into the Force Strix. Force Strix is going to detach and search a copy of Blackwing Zephyros the Elite, which is just going to help further abuse Lunalight Tiger, continuously getting us advantage from the graveyard.
We used to see this with Orcust. This is at the very least a novel innovation. And we're going to talk real quick about how Serenade Dance is going, just shortcutting here.
Correct. So Noah is banishing Serenade Dance, discarding the Zephyros that he just searched off of the Force Strix, and then he gets to go ahead and special summon a Lunalight from the deck, which in this case is going to be Kaleidochick. Kaleidochick is going to send, I believe that is Emerald Bird.
Yeah.
Yes. Emerald Bird, just a nice one of.
All right.
Allows you to cycle a card if you need to.
That's 2. Is it Lambda time, baby?
Let's see.
Heck
it
yeah.
is.
Oh,
okay.
I love this card. So now any 4-star monster is going to be able to make Redoer and search Gamma. Searchable Gamma. Pretty strong.
Yep, especially against SPYRAL, which, as we saw in Game 1, was part of the reason why Noah won. And might be the reason why he's sitting in the top 16 today.
To all of you who are saying you want the Lunalight list, follow Pro Play Games socials. It will be up.
I will also be doing a profile on my channel as well, so if you want to go ahead and check that out a little bit later, I will definitely have most of the top 16 lists for you guys to check out. So Emerald Bird is going to come out, and we're good. I mean, I'm happy we get to finally see like what Noah's end board game plan is, because like ever since we figured out he isn't on the Cal Yuga Turbo list, we had no idea like what this is going to look like. So
all right, State, this is your last opportunity to Nibiru.
So there is Redoer. We're going to activate. And it looks like Noah's just quickly explaining Redoer. If you haven't played because Michael State wasn't playing for a pretty significant amount of time and and missed the Orchest format, I believe, when Redoer was being played.
Yeah. So Redoer, for the purposes of this combo, doesn't do a lot except have the term Psychic in his name. He's able to detach any number of material and then activate one of 3 effects based on the type of material that he has under him. If you've detached monsters, then he banishes himself. If you've detached a spell, you draw a card. And if you've detached a trap, you Kieran one of your opponent's monsters.
Yes, and when you detach a monster, he comes back. Because you just said he banishes and doesn't and doesn't return to the field. that would be a very low value effect. Yeah, you just detach and he just banishes himself. And
Norin the Wary, who's extremely wary.
All right, so Zephyros is going to come back. Noah's going to take 400 for that effect, but more importantly, he's going to bounce the Tiger back to his hand, allowing him to resurrect the Emerald Bird here.
Wow, and I mean, you could go Appaloosa here.
Yeah, you could go Appaloosa for a lot.
State's got to play around 4 effect negations, and then probably a spell or trap negation as well, provided he gets a different specific Psy-frame.
We're going to go Bagooska.
Bagooska. Whoa.
Okay.
Now that's a card.
And now we're going to go for Link 2, Masquerena.
Wow.
He is playing Masquerena.
It's Masquerena, Lambda, Psy-frame, set, Bagooska. Plan B, baby.
Man. And there's
the Nibiru.
There's Nibiru.
Uh-oh. Noah's giggling about it a little bit. Ooh.
There goes the board. Oh, man.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was...
Oh, wrong frame gear.
Now, to be fair, he does get his Redoer back. So, that's something.
Oh, great. So, okay, theoretically, the Redoer could be good. But the scenario in which it's good is during the standby phase, we reveal the top card of Michael State's deck, and it's exactly a trap.
Right.
It's got to be pretty much exactly Spiral Mission.
Which he's playing 4 of.
All right, here's the Gamma. A little late. Sorry that you couldn't use it on the Nibiru.
Oh, man. That's got to feel so unfortunate.
To those asking in chat, Gamma searches at end step. That's the way Lambda works.
Correct, yes. And so here we go. Michael's going to draw for turn. We're going to see Noah use the effect. It's a monster.
Ah, shoot. Well, that's a pretty good monster to be locked.
Yes, it is, because there is only 1 drone in Michael State's deck because it is limited, obviously. And so, unless he has another way to be able to reveal the top card of Noah's deck, I don't expect we're going to be blinding any double helixes anytime soon, but...
Well, a great way to find the cards that let him see the top of the deck is, in fact, Magician Souls.
Yep. Oh,
and
he got the combo. So, now the thing is, keep in mind, Noah has 1 back row. And looking at his deck list...
There's only one thing it could be.
There's only one thing... Well, there's a couple, actually.
Yeah,
looking
it could
at
be
the
a
side
bluff,
deck.
but more likely it's a Solemn Judgment.
So, Noah might not be out of this. We'll see.
When do you Solemn here, do you think?
That's tough. Because the problem is this master plan keeps getting these rescues, and you need to find like an opportune moment that there like isn't a rescue that you can keep extending past.
Right.
Do you maybe...
You maybe Solemn on the summon of the double helix,
I was thinking
then it hasn't been properly summoned?
Yes, I was thinking double helix.
By the way, a fantastic from Michael State to see 6 monsters on Noah's side of the field and say, well, if he makes Appaloosa, I lose, but if he doesn't, then I win by virtue of Nibiru.
Yeah, I think that was a bit risky.
The patience, though. Sometimes you have the read.
Yeah, so here we go. We're pitching this rescue via Barricade Board Blocker, and we're also going to search for the master plan here.
And let's see what else we get. How about a Super Agent? That would reveal the top of the deck. Tough, maybe? We haven't used our normal?
You haven't used your normal. Yeah. Tough could start cleaning things up. It's going to go for Quick Fix. Okay, that's fine.
I kind of like Tough because not only does it reveal, it also threatens the rival Redoer and unlocks your drone. But, Quick Fix is probably too good to pass up. And you have an additional search afterwards anyway. Maybe he'll get one of those then.
Yeah, I do like that because you already have the rescue that's or in your graveyard. So then if you tough threaten the redoer, but then again, since like he would be
Really thinking about this one. All right.
Since he would be blind calling the top card of Noah's deck. Noah just might be like, okay.
Yeah.
And then if he's wrong, he gets to keep the drone anyway.
But for what it's worth, it's almost impossible he would be wrong. The majority of this deck is monsters. Although, what if it's like a pendulum?
I mean, he's got like a fair bit of spells. But,
yeah,
I mean,
there are Foolish Burial Goods and Allure of Darknesses in here.
Yeah. So we're going to see Michael go ahead and resurrect the Master Plan, search the Assault. Normal quick fix.
All right.
Going to probably grab Big Red here if we don't already have it.
Noah's asking for a pause, I believe. Oh, man. Gamma is so miserably bad when you don't have Lambda out.
It's also miserably bad when you have monsters on the field and can't use it.
Hence why you need Lambda out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That board would have been so sweet, though.
It would have been, like, imagine
wow.
2020 walking away with the top 16 of an event like this with a board that includes Baguska.
Absolutely. Yeah,
incredible.
But remember back in the day when SPYRAL was first out, Baguska was a card.
It was
right?
around.
It was, yeah. So
because your monsters were links. They can't be in defense position.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just a very imposing card depending on the matchup.
So I think at this point you are locked into Solemn Judgmenting on summon. With the Big Red in hand, you can't let a potential activation of Double Helix occur at any point in the combo, but he probably just has enough material to make two of them.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, so if he goes Double Helix here, if you Judgment, right, he still has Big Red in hand, so he can get back the Master Plan, so he can get his third rescue.
And he can discard the Assault to get back the Quick Fix. He could just do it again.
And the problem is, yeah, I'm assuming he's on 2 Double Helix.
He is.
Yes, he is. So that's the problem. If he's able to just get to another Double Helix, he didn't activate the effect, right?
Yeah.
So
Solemn Judgment, very powerful card, does not negate monster effects.
Right. So, like, if that were, like, let's say a strike, I'd feel a little bit better because then at least you've wasted the effect. However, then Big Red could resurrect it. So, I mean, well, you can still strike the summon anyway. But
you saw Noah hovering that card. I mean, this is a really rough call.
And I'm curious I'm curious to be in Michael's head at this point. Like,
Yeah,
what do
for
you
sure.
think the back row is? I mean,
I think you've got
the driver on top. You see Noah just
jiggling.
laughing.
Did he set that? He didn't, because we have the drone. It naturally was on top. So painful.
Yeah. So we had a blind call of Double Helix.
All right, with Tough, we should be able to pop that back row once and for all.
And that's, I think.
All right, we're going to see what it is. It was either a bluff or an extremely late Solemn Judgment.
And that's
there's
it.
the
Noah's just
concession.
going to scoop it up. Wow. I'm really curious what the back row was. He didn't even show it. I was really hoping he did. Maybe it was just a bluff then. But
either way, wow, fantastic, unbelievable, patient play out of Michael State.
yeah, and you know what? There's back and forth. It went to a game 3. And unfortunately, Spiral's going to go on. Nothing against Michael. I mean, he played it well.
Well,
I mean,
for what it's worth.
Holding that Nibiru.
Oh,
that,
yeah, for so long, way past the Appaloosa checkpoints. I will say, from Noah's perspective, he played a really heads-up game.
I agree.
Sometimes you think you have the read on your opponent, and they just have the read of you. They next level you by exactly one specific level, and you're all the way out. Likely what happened is Noah thought if Nibiru was coming down, it would have come down before I could make Appaloosa. It didn't, so he doesn't have it, and State was playing cognizant of that as well. For what it's worth, I do like Lunalight. Unfortunately, it does seem to be the last fair deck in, I would say, a top 8 completely comprised of unfair decks, things that are trying to either play SPYRAL or go over the top of it. SEMO's actually just gotten the top 8 winners, so who is advancing from these?
Sure. So we have Aaron Furman going up against Joseph Collins Gray.
Advancing over Walter Jewell?
Yeah, the upset in terms of the
16
seeding.
seed?
Yeah. So an
no.
interesting statistic: every time Aaron Furman's been the last seed in an event, he's won it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wait,
so,
how do you beat him?
You can't.
He's untouchable.
Exactly. So
let's pull up these lists.
So Aaron Furman versus Joseph Collins. This is a SPYRAL mirror, no matter what, because
Yes.
we knew that this was the case. Where is that one paper we had? This had the player brackets. Okay. So then we had Michael State who advancing versus Justin Singh. That
Another
is
SPYRAL
another
mirror.
SPYRAL
Oh,
mirror.
no.
So unfortunately, Stephen Logan, the Goki player, also lost. So we already have 4 SPYRALs in the top 8.
Pour one out for our Goki friend.
It's going to
Unbelievable
change,
run.
though. Pack Pormunsut, I probably completely butchered that. He is on Altergeist.
Whoa.
And he advanced, going up against Kamal playing SPYRAL.
That's going to be a sweet match.
Right, so that might actually be. Pack is actually the player who knocked out Jeff Leonard in round 8, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so for all the Jeff fans out there. So there is at least one Altergeist in the top 8, and then we have Ruben Penaranda. Let's see if I have what he is on.
He's on SPYRAL.
Is he on SPYRAL?
Yeah.
He's the 3 seed. Yes, he is. And going up against Jared Zimmerman, who is, I think, on Geist.
So Jarrett was actually running Table 1 for the majority of the day. Just undefeated, I think, until round 7.
Okay.
Unbelievable run from this
So
player.
that means the top 8 is 6 SPYRAL and 2 Geist.
Oh, boy.
So
gosh.
every other one of the one-ofs, the Dinosaur, the Cyber Dragon Orcus, the Salamangreat, and the Goki, all did not make it past top 16.
So you're telling me the top 4 has the potential to be a SPYRAL mirror and a Geist mirror?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was fun casting, everyone. Check out Magic the Gathering. I'm actually super excited.
I'm excited, too.
As much as I like to play up how unfortunate it is that SPYRAL has taken so many slots, I do like, firstly, that the players that came to beat it with Altergeist are having a huge success doing so. And secondly, that the players still on SPYRAL are some of the greatest players in the entire game. I mean, Kamal beating Brass Brodder, that's so sweet.
Absolutely. And I think what I'm excited to see is now we get to start seeing like the high level play when it comes to what possibly could be like 2 of the strongest decks of the new format. Like it could very well be that like SPYRAL is like all the way up there and then Geist is like one of those, like just hovering like right beneath it, but like much farther beneath it because SPYRAL seems to be clearly dominating at the moment anyway. We'll have to see. We're probably going to have one of the 2 Geist players in the feature match, I imagine, just since there's so much other SPYRAL. We're going to see plenty of SPYRAL later.
Don't worry. At some point, you'll probably get a SPYRAL mirror.
Yeah. So, but I'm sure some people would be excited to see that. We haven't showcased a SPYRAL mirror all weekend, so I think that would be kind of neat to see and just showcase for everyone.
And with so much interaction and removal, it's going to be a lot more than the die roll.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and get set up for top 8. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.